Alright, so today was a pretty cool and interesting day because today was the day that Nick AR, you may have heard of him in the trophy hunting community, decided to go for the Platinum Trophy in Outlast 2 and going for the most difficult trophy in the game, which is the Messiah Trophy, to beat the game on the hardest difficulty without changing your camera battery even once. Doing so will void the trophy, and it is incredibly easy to die on this mode. You die in 1 to 2 hits in this game from most enemies throughout the game, and so Nick has finally decided to add this platinum to his roster. Pretty sure everyone saw that coming. Outlast 2 is a well-known difficult platinum trophy, so naturally Nick would try to go for this one, surprising nobody. But what's really cool is that for a good chunk of his playtime, he chooses to use my guide that I made and put on YouTube back when I went for this platinum. And so I thought it would be a lot of fun to react to Nick in real time using my strategies from the guide that I worked so hard on to make. And I'm super curious to see how he does. And hopefully I don't lead him astray. And here's hoping he sees a lot of success.
Let's get into it.
So right now in this moment, Nick is actually watching another person's guide and has decided that he's not very comfortable using this person's strategy as he feels it's a bit too risky. And so he decides to look up another guide, which ends up being yours truly's.
Let me see if another guide has a different strategy here. This stuff looks very, I don't know, it just does not look good. Shout out to Gawdlikematt. He had a very helpful DMC5 guide.
He's just got to get to the wagon. Once he's under the wagon, he's safe and good to go. And there should be no trouble. I play tested this enough times to know. So that's a little spooky. You see them coming with the flashlights, but
According to the guide, I'm 100% safe right now.
that's right, Nick. You are. Enjoy.
Idiot. Look at him. Dummy.
Tell him. And now he's pretty much safe to progress. They are far enough out of the barn. Go, go, go! Do it!
Perfect. Love to see it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's gonna go to the right here. And he said, when I get to around here, we're gonna sprint. Because the guy's gonna come out of the house.
That's right.
Go, 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 go.
Go, be fast!
Gonna turn to the right here.
And now be slow.
Stop here.
Yes. Yeah.
He said to sit right here.
Works every time. I play tested this so many times, and this is very consistent. It looks scary as fuck because he's right there, but it works. It just works.
Yeah, Ryan, that's what I was thinking. Because from my experience, if you just run and then just go fast enough, you just keep sprinting, she doesn't catch up to you.
So, I mean, both Nick and Ryan in the comments had the right idea here, and the strategy Nick ends up using was a lot more effective than mine, especially if he was going for like a professional speedrun attempt. Then his strategy blew mine out of the water. But when I made my guide for this game, I came up with every strategy on my own. And my strategy was to run back towards the wagon and make Marta have to path around it. And this is a tried and true tactic that works in many horror games. Whenever you have an enemy pursuing you, if you have like a big table or something you could circle around easily to manipulate the AI's pathing in order to make it more predictable, that is only to your benefit. And so by running back to the wagon like this, I was effectively eliminating all risk of fucking something up. But yeah, props to Nick for doing it the much cooler way. I respect that.
Dangerous section coming up, folks.
Oh no, what are you doing?
I can't see.
Oh my. No way. No way. No, Nick, that was so avoidable. Oh my god. Nick listened and watched my guide perfectly, but I think what happened was it seemed like he was having something of an information overload. I think he was trying to digest a bit too much of my video at once. And so what ended up happening was he was listening to all these instructions, and then I'm assuming he thought to himself, all right, seems easy enough, let's go. And he's following the path perfectly fine, and then he stops and just loses all sense of direction. Clearly he forgot where to go, and he even turned on the camera in a panicky moment to try to course correct, but ends up getting caught and killed. What a shame. This was such an unfortunate way to die. If he literally had it took 1 second to even pause mid-run and be like, wait, what do I do again? And just quickly refer to the video. This death was so preventable. And I feel like Nick got just a tiny bit overconfident here. This was as simple as just taking the first right and diving into the hole. But, I mean, hey, it happens to the best of us. Very relatable. We all have moments like this. A very interesting first death on the Messiah attempts, and a very tragic one at that. God damn, no!
Big advice: you will never make it watching guides. Got to try it out and memorize the routes yourself. The guides give me the strat though, and then I execute it.
That is true, and there's nothing wrong with that. It all boils down to if you want the sense of satisfaction of coming up with the strategy yourself, completely independently from other sources, because all the answers you need for any problem you might have in a game are all on the internet. It's as easy as just looking it up. But sometimes doing that takes away from the struggle of learning those things organically, and it just boils down to, okay, like, as a content creator, how quickly do you want to pump out the content? I very often like to have those experiences myself. For a lot of the games I play, I don't look up too many guides. I'll only do it if it's a game I'm really not enjoying, because then I want the game to be over like fucking now. But if it's a game I'm really passionate about, I love learning all of the strategies on my own. It's a lot of fun to learn those things yourself when you're just having a great time. It makes the experience that much more rich and rewarding. But I mean, for any content creator to make the argument, oh, I need to get the content out, like, I don't have time for that shit, I'm not gonna argue or debate with any of them. That is reason enough to follow a guide, especially if you want to get your video out as quickly as possible and reap the most benefits. So absolutely no judgment, I completely get it. And for Nick, he definitely has the freedom to do this the way he wants to. I think with me, because I'm such a smaller content creator, I like to try to make my content stand out more so that people will actually notice me because I'm so small. Hi, I'm over here. So I like to go the extra mile and put a little bit more effort so that people could say, hey, I mean, this guy did this and that's really cool. I don't see anyone else do this. And I respect that. And hopefully that is a way for me to get people's attention and also keep it in the long term. Whereas Nick is already one of the giants within the trophy community. I mean, I feel like he doesn't really need to worry about shit like that as much. Okay, here comes the spooky part. As soon as he's in this room, he needs to be fast. Oh, you're on a timer. You gotta be quick as fuck here. Waste no time. They're right up your ass at this part. If you delay even by like a second or two, you are dead there, believe it or not.
Let's go.
So well done. Good execution on Nick's part. Excellent. So just make your way upstairs, slide under the...
How does he know where he's going in such dark? I feel like I might die right here.
Nick, do you have any idea how many hours I poured into learning these things? That's how I know where I'm going. I had more time to kill than you did. Is that something to be proud of? I don't know. I guess so. If it helps you successfully nail the run, then yes, those hours were worth it. As soon as he stands up, make your way over here. Bam, you're officially not being followed anymore. The enemy chase has concluded and you are safe.
All right, it's a lot to take in. Let's backtrack.
That's okay, Nick. I overload with information, but it's to your benefit. Better too much information than not enough. That's a phrase I will live and die by when it comes to guides. And I will gladly die on that hill. Once you open that door...
I might have to use my battery life here. Because, like, he's running through the dark in this house. I don't know how to do that. And if I try that, I'm probably going to die. I think I need to use some battery life.
And the thing is, in my professional opinion, Nick can absolutely afford to do that. Even though I ran through the house in pitch black, again, that was from just spending hours of learning it from muscle memory. I memorized the route, where to go so that I don't get stuck on shit. Practice it enough times, you can learn that stuff. But in my guide, I also point out there is a really interesting part in the game where you actually lose your camera and then you get it back once you progress far enough. And when you get your camera back, no matter how much battery life you saved, even if you never turned your battery on once leading up to this moment, when you get your camera back, the battery life drops to 75%. No matter what, it is scripted. You could have had 100% before that moment, it still drops down to 75. Moral of the story, don't be afraid to use your camera prior to that, because eventually the battery life is gonna drop that low anyway. So you might as well get the use out of it, because that's just battery life being wasted if you didn't make use of it, right? So when Nick has these moments where he's unsure, like, he is not making a mistake by deciding to get some usage out of the battery in these small moments where he's not 100% confident. And I would encourage him to do so. And the way Marta...
He didn't use the glitch here? Yeah, I'm cool off that.
Okay, so I see Nick was watching my guide, and he saw that when I did this enemy encounter, which is one of the most dangerous enemy encounters in the game, I did this part without using any cheesy exploits, because I wanted to have the experience that the game intended. But I am aware, and I could see that Nick is also aware, of an exploit that allows you to just completely despawn Marta from the entire area, allowing you to get through this section completely risk-free and without the possibility of dying. And obviously I can't blame anyone for wanting to do this. I myself lost several Messiah attempts at this exact section, so I completely understand the desire. And back when I was streaming my attempts, the chat was telling me about this glitch, but again, I didn't want to use it, and so I only recently seen how this glitch is actually performed. And so let's have another look and see if Nick can pull it off. So Nick's gonna make his way all the way to the end, over by the wagon. This is the cart that we have to push up against the door so that we can climb over, thus passing the section. But as soon as you start pushing the wagon, this is gonna cause Marta to trigger, as you're about to see. And then once that happens, you want to turn around, and there's gonna be a hole immediately on your left that you could slide right under. And this fucks Marta and causes her to have to repath and route all the way around the fence, which takes her a really long time. And so you could just crawl back under the hole, run to the end of the gate, and this very easily just despawns Marta.
It worked.
I've seen other videos of this on YouTube, and this works very consistently. And so that's a really interesting way to bypass the riskiness of this area altogether. And I imagine most people that attempt the platinum in this game end up doing this. And can't say I blame them. Very effective. Well done, Nick. So the enemy pathed right by him. So now it should be a clear, straight shot to get to the cabin. Once Nick exits the cornfield, which he's just about to. Okay, and there's no enemies in front of him. He's good to go. And then you just book it. Oh, nice. And no one spotted him either. So shut the door behind you. Lock it. And you're pretty much good to go. He didn't aggro anybody, so he's got time to kill here. He's safe for a little bit. Not forever. Eventually, the enemies will break through that door on their own.
All right.
And he's got the crank. And once the guys are pathing around, it's a lot scarier to navigate around them.
I'm scared, bro.
You should be, Nick. You should be. I had many a run end here. So he's idling a little bit there in the room, which is not good. Because like I said, eventually the enemies are going to be in this room. Like, of their own accord. They don't need to aggro. They'll eventually just wander in there. So it's really hard to see in the footage, but Nick's going up the stairs now on the outside. This game is dark as shit.
I mean, I said choke so
Putting
you
the
can
crank
relax again.
Oh, I think I heard the enemies break down the door. So they might be on his path back. Oh, he got stuck on the stairs a little bit. Oh, okay, so they spotted him, but yeah, Nick had plenty of time to get under there. Very nice. They didn't end up being an issue. That was a very smooth way through that area. Once you slide down that hill, you're good. They can't follow you. So you want to book it.
Like, how is he doing that without any camera? I don't understand that.
You want to book it.
How does he know when to turn? He can't see anything.
Nick, it's essentially the same principle as, like, when you see professional speedrunners play a game blindfolded. You spend enough time doing the same action, and you don't really need to think about it all that much. I don't need the camera to see where I'm going because I pretty much know the layout and the geography of the level in my head just from doing it over and over. And yes, that's how much I practice these sections. I wanted to be able to get through this game reliably with using the camera as little as possible. And also, when you say it's so dark, I will remind you, Nick, that when you're watching a YouTube video, YouTube compression is a factor. What do I mean by this? Well, what you're seeing on my YouTube video is not necessarily what I was seeing on my monitor when I was playing the game in real time. My monitor, as you would imagine, is much better quality, so the video may look dark as shit, but I actually could see the game better than what you're seeing in the video, if that makes sense. Yeah, I believe this is the first school section where you can officially be killed, because there's many school sections where you can't for the first half of the game. And I believe this is the first time the big boss enemy could show up. Father Loudermilch, I think his name was. Oh, he's using my strat. He's backing up. He's behind you. What am I looking at right now?
Oh my gosh.
He got stuck. Oh my god.
If I didn't use the camera, I was 100% gonna die.
Yeah, he was so close to death there. It's not even funny.
I literally couldn't see anything.
And it is so hilarious how easily and in how many parts throughout this game where something like that can get you killed. It is so easy to get stuck on shit in this game, which, you know, just makes for great content during a permadeath run. Whew, that was close.
All right, this part is dangerous. I know this part is dangerous. I used to die in this part on the easiest difficulty. And there he says it.
One of the most dangerous parts of the game. So as soon as we exit the house, we're gonna loop around.
I can't even see where he's going. Like, his gamma is not all the way up.
My gamma setting in-game was all the way up. But again, the YouTube video can make it look like it's not. And I can assure you, Nick, that rewatching your footage, I'm having the same problems you are. It's still hard for me to see where you're going at times. I'm telling you, the YouTube compression and all that nonsense, it plays a big factor here. Especially in a game where you essentially need to be able to see in the dark.
Matt strat sounds like 60% win rate. Good luck.
This fucking comment just put my strategy into question. You know how confident I was with this strategy? This strategy, if executed correctly, is very likely to pay off. I'd say the scariest part of this strat is when you're sprinting out of the area and you have all that barbed wire to navigate around. I have accidentally run into those fucking things so many times. But that is a skill issue. That is on you if you end up running into that shit. The strat itself is fine, commenter.
It worked for me, and it'll work for Nick, I believe.
I'm gonna watch it one more time and then pray that I run the right route. If I run the wrong route, it's GG, most likely.
Nick's right. If you fuck up here, there's almost no recovering from it. I mean, I think I have recovered from a mistake here, maybe like once or twice when the stars aligned. But more often than not, like 8 times out of 10, you're gonna fucking die here if you screw up.
Ghost with another 2. Thank you.
Looking for the right coverage to protect your loved ones? Start with a teammate you can trust. Sun Life.
Great timing on the ad placement. Nick fucking died, but hopefully he got that ad revenue.
All right, pray for me, folks.
Prage. Good luck, Nick. Like 1000% one of the scariest parts of the entire game. Like by far, if not the scariest. Oh, he's just gunning it.
I think I went the wrong way.
No, I think that is the house. You're passing it.
GG.
Oh my god, he's lost. He doesn't know how to get in the house. Was it this house? Or maybe it's further up. I don't know. Oh my god. Whoa! Is he just... Oh, there's the house. Yeah, it was further up. It was further up. He's out of stamina, by the way. Oh, he almost got shot. That arrow would have killed him one hit.
Oh my gosh. I got so lucky.
He did. He did get so lucky. That was amazing.
Hey, we're not done with the section. I still need to escape him. Oh wait, that's him right there.
Oh! Okay, he was a bit slow on getting out, but Holy, he got past the barbed wire like no effort. What the fuck? I blinked and missed it. Holy shit, I can't believe how easily he got around the barbed wire on a first try. No practice, by the way. Jesus Christ. Well
That
done.
was botched.
Yeah,
that was very
but
botched.
you made it work. This is another one of the scariest parts in the game, so I'm very curious to see how this goes. Nick got here without issue, but now he needs to get the rope and then double back the way he came through a bit of an onslaught of enemies.
Thanks.
So there's the rope. And here we go. Oh my god, that pathing was so risky. He even got stuck for a second. And Nick missed. Nick the enemy. The enemy's actually called Nick as well. Shout out to the boss enemy. Holy, I feel like Nick slightly got lucky here.
I almost messed that up. I got stuck on a rock.
Yeah, I noticed that immediately. But he pathed it so perfectly where, like, when he encountered the enemy, he made sure to avoid the attack. Which meant he got stuck on the rock. But yeah, I swear Nick and Laird could have shot him for getting stuck there. Like, I want to say he got slightly lucky. I don't know. I feel like he 100% could have died in that situation. But I don't know. It's hard to say. All right, this should be a very interesting part to see Nick do. Let's see how he handles it. I think this is one of the scarier parts of the game, personally. Okay, so as per my strategy, wait for him to bust down the door, run right past him, and then the race is on, lads. Here we go. Okay, and this is, yeah, Nick's definitely going to want to use battery life here. Figure out where he's going. He's pathing very well. I couldn't tell if he was sprinting full speed there. Nice, he waited to get some stamina back, just like I recommended. Didn't opt for the slide. That's okay, probably doesn't need it. Oh, so this is right around the time you should be running out of stamina, roughly. I believe he did, but he just made it, so it doesn't matter. You're still on a bit of a timer here, but I feel like the worst is over. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank God.
Well done, Nick. That fucking deep sigh of relief. I know that feeling. All too well. All right, Nick's coming up to the dreaded library maze. This should be a good one to watch. Oh, I like how much he's doing it without the camera, though. Respect. Oh, he looks as confused as the viewer would be. So once you get to the end, he's gonna... He is doing it, though, and the path is more linear than it seems. Oh, fucking Nick. I love it. I love how much he's doing it in the dark. Oh, here we go. And there's gonna be a little loop around here. Okay. Side of the bookcase. Oh! I think he did it. Well done. Well done! He fully understood the geography based on my descriptions in the guide. On a first try, too. I love it.
There's a lot of battery there, but I don't know how he sees where he's going.
Once I get to the bottom, which will put me right under the hole.
I might have to use some battery there. I don't know how he's doing that.
You know what, Nick? You're never gonna know. I'm a wizard. That's how I know where I'm going.
I can see mystical shit.
All right, here we go. Okay. You fucked up the slide a little bit, but that's all right. You still got enough time to do this. You are on a timer here, though. Like, you idle at all, and they're gonna be in this room and up your ass. Oh, I don't think he pushed it. He didn't push it enough.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he did. He was still able to make it. I literally had one of my insane attempts, and right there, exactly the way Nick almost died. Because there was one time where I just didn't push the fucking cart close enough to the gap so that I could make it with the jump. He almost fucked up the same way. I felt like I was re-experiencing that failure through Nick just now. I almost did, but he made it. And
My heart rate just went up so much.
Okay. I almost fucked up here
I'm so
on my
sorry to hear
successful attempt. Let's see how Nick does. Oh. Oh, he got through the hole way faster than me. Non-issue for him. Yeah, my problem there was I wasn't holding sprint while I was crouching, and it took me so long to get under the hole. But it's not over yet. The chase is on! Alright, let's see if this chase was as finicky for Nick as it was for me. With the whole running out of stamina debacle. Which, if you watched my guide, you would know all about that. Yeah, basically, long before I was done this chase, I ran out of stamina. And then there was this weird phenomena where I was able to get some stamina back after falling off a ledge. So I waited there, but Nick's choosing not to. And as you can see, Nick's out of stamina here. So was I. And then when you fall down here, do you get stamina back? I guess you kind of do. Yeah, Nick's still maintaining a lot of momentum. Okay, so if there's no reason to wait then. I only did it because I was afraid of running out of stamina, which I did, but I thought it was going to cost me.
Perfect.
Turns out falling off that ledge just, that's enough. You could just keep gunning it and you'll make it all the way there. Okay. Hey, this is a learning experience for both of us. Nick's learning from my guide, and I'm learning from the things he's doing that I didn't get to test. I feel like we're undergoing a team building exercise here. And go left or right. So that's a 1 in 4 chance that he's going to go right to
I thought he
where
went.
you are.
RNG. Yeah, but apparently the RNG is heavily in my favor.
It's a 1 in 4. Would you not take a 1 in 4? Come on. I would like to preface this strategy for the record by saying that by the time I got this far into the game and I was playtesting every single enemy encounter so meticulously for hours and hours and hours for days on end, I just want to say that when I got to this part, and I will say that this is one of the most complicated enemy encounters in the game, and it's right at the very ass end of the game. So, after all of the hours and playtime and practice I had put in up till this point, once I got to this part and realized just how convoluted it was, I said to myself, okay, if I can cut a corner here, if I could do something to make this remotely as easy as possible, I'm gonna fucking take it because I'm sick of this shit. And I will say that out of my entire guide, this is probably the one and only enemy encounter that could have used more time spent practicing it via trial and error in order to figure out something that was maybe a little more consistent. And I absolutely could have spent more time here, but I need you guys to understand that, again, up until this point, I had been playtesting, routing, and coming up with every single strategy in my entire guide on my own. And I'd say by this point, I was kind of feeling fed up, like I had enough. And when I saw that this was essentially a 1 in 4 chance in your favor, I said, you know what? Fuck it. And if I could only point out, like, one undeniable error in my guide, this would be the time, only because it's not a foolproof strategy. I'd say every other strategy in this entire guide was a solid foolproof strat, and if it looked like it wasn't in the footage, it was due to my own error, but there was absolutely nothing wrong with the strategy itself until this point right here. And so I can only hope that Nick doesn't lose this round here. Holy fuck, please God, at the one part of my guide where it's a 1 in 4 chance, please don't have this part be the reason for Nick's failed second attempt. Please, God. Turn your camera around.
I don't even see him.
The second I see him move, which I
Look at
did.
this playback
On
speed,
mechanics, so I can
0.25.
see him. The second
He's not moving on my stuff. Bro, he did not move.
I see him move.
Alright, whatever.
I love that Nick maximum slow speeded the playback on my video to see if the enemy moved. But that's so funny because he just wanted confirmation that the enemy did in fact move. But that was such a like like if you see a dust particle move, I instantaneously reacted to it. Like I reacted to it so fast that the naked eye can't even fucking see it on the recording, which is just so funny to me. All right, Nick. Best of luck, my dude. Oh God, I fear for him at this point, honestly.
It's not letting me advance.
That was because you're probably stuck on something, and that hall is notoriously dangerous for that. So easy to get stuck. Come on. He moved. Oh, no, Nick. Oh, my God, no. He got so ass backwards turned around. Holy shit. Oh, Nick, you went too far. Wait, oh my God! No. Nick went too far. He went into the room with the door. He was supposed to just hide right in front of the door. A fucking enemy spawned! I've never seen that. I didn't even know that could happen! How's he gonna recover from this? That is crazy. I didn't even know that could happen. Oh, he's breaking through the door.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Now Nick has to like
Why come inside?
freestyle this.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, now no, you're on your own now, Nick. Like my entire strategy at this point is out the window. You have to finesse this. You have to get lucky and stumble onto victory. There's no other way.
Am I underwater technically? Can I just stay here forever? Or do I need to breathe?
Absolutely.
Does anyone know?
Yeah, you need oxygen. People need that. No, I feel so bad for Nick. Oh my God. The run was going so well. Holy thing, he was right. He was right fucking there. No! That's a fucking GG. No! His second death was to this asinine fucking part. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, my guide has been exceptional for Nick, like the whole way through. I can't help but feel so bad that this is where things went wrong. At the one part that I just couldn't 100% nail down in my guide, no matter how hard I tried. And this is where it all is. No. No! I'm sorry, Nick. I feel like I let you down. I feel like if I nailed down a strat for this part, you would have had this fucking platinum on your second attempt. I honestly want to take responsibility for this. God damn! When he goes too far through the door, like right here, he went too far, and a fucking enemy spawns right where he's supposed to be standing and hiding, which is exactly where I was in my guide. That's crazy! I had no idea that could happen. And for the, I don't even know how many attempts I spent practicing this, the fact that I never knew that could happen, that is fucking insane. I can't believe. All that's preventing that enemy spawning is essentially you occupying his space. That is fascinating. That is so interesting. Because otherwise he wouldn't have showed up. In my guide, I sit right where he spawns and he never spawns. So that is so crazy. I can't believe that. Wow, but you know, I gotta say, like, Nick, an amazing second attempt. You almost had the entire trophy by the end of your second try. Like, you did phenomenal. But goddamn, no! I feel so bad. God dang it!
Well,
Did he just fall in the hole?
folks, I'm gonna call it. What? How?
Yo,
How? I'm sprinting.
what?
Oh my gosh, it doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Who even hit him the first time? I didn't even see an enemy there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang a hold up. I need to watch this back in slow motion. He just gets fucking whacked while running forward. And I didn't even see the dude. Was there just an enemy like perfectly concealed in darkness that neither of us seen? Like, look, he turns his phone on, or his camera on for a sec. So we got to see in front of Nick. He turns it on again. And then he just gets whacked. Who the fuck? There was no enemy in front of him. Or even to the side. Like, we got to fully see. The only explanation is that it had to be one of the enemies pursuing him, like, behind him. Because there was no one in front of him. Hang on, I'm gonna play this back one more time in normal speed. Just to, like, really see if Nick is sprinting or not. Maybe he thought he was, but he wasn't. No, he's definitely moving fast enough.
How?
Like, he had to be sprinting there. There's no way he wasn't. That is a wild fucking death. Like, I have no explanation for what happened. That's crazy. Nick started full-blown sprinting right out of the gate. There's no reason that one of the enemies should have been able to catch up to him and hit him like that. And then once he got tagged, he was fucked. He couldn't outrun them anymore because there's a mechanic in this game where if you're hurt, you move significantly slower. So once he got hit the first time, like, he was fucked. His fate was sealed. That sucks, dude. What a shitty way to have a run end. Out of all my deaths when I was attempting this trophy, I don't think I had one quite that bullshit. Like, every time I died, it was like a fault of my own every time. But that, like, as far as I'm concerned, Nick did absolutely nothing wrong. Like, as soon as he regained control of Blake, he was sprinting as soon as he was able to. Nick did nothing wrong there. And we fucking watched it back. There was no enemy that we didn't know about in a blind spot or something. That is wild. Like, wow, that is one for the books. Like, and Nick is so justified in being upset here. That is crazy. I would be pissed too. That is nuts. Holy what a bullshit death. I am honestly mind blown by that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wrong way.
Oh shit! No, Nick! Why would you walk in front of the enemy? No way! That was such an avoidable death.
Both of the times that happened to me, the quick time event was X. Right there, it switched to square. So I was just spamming X to get it out the way as fast as possible, and it just changed to square.
Okay, this is actually insane because I've only ever been, like, grabbed by an enemy, like, once or twice, and both times it resulted in my death. I didn't even know that the game gives you a prompt to, like, save yourself. I had no idea that was even a thing, but Nick's saying it is. That is how little I've had that enemy interaction. I didn't even fucking know that that was a thing in this game. So I'm looking for a button prompt here, an indication that you're able to fight this person off of you. Bro, I never saw anything. Not once. Like, on every frame, the game never shows, hey, hit this button. I'm so confused. The only thing I can guess, if I just didn't see it, is maybe he was mashing the wrong button so hard that we just didn't get to see the prompt which otherwise would have showed up, but because he hit the wrong button instantly, it just didn't bother to even show it on screen. I don't know. But if it's a thing, like Nick says, that's fascinating. Holy shit, the more you know. Now, Nick does end up getting the platinum. Obviously, we all saw that coming. And I knew with how well he did on his second attempt that this was an inevitability. Obviously, he was going to get it. According to him, it took 7 tries before he finally had a successful run for his Messiah attempt. There you go. You can see he gets the trophy and the platinum. We have confirmation he did it. But yeah, I have fully scoped his live stream VODs in their entirety, and unfortunately, Nick only live streamed 5 of his insane mode attempts. But in his actual video, he says he did it in 7 tries, which means his last 2 attempts he must have done off camera. Which is unfortunate, because I would have really loved to have seen the successful attempt and the other ways that he potentially died. So that's kind of sad that we don't get to see that. But wow, that was such a joy to watch and analyze, and I had so much fun reacting to this. Well done, Nick. Good job on earning the platinum for yourself. I'm glad you were finally able to pull it off. Oh man, I would have especially been so curious to see how he got through that section in the mines. God damn it. I was so looking forward to seeing what he came up with for that, but we don't even get to see it. That is tragic. That's gonna keep me up at night. I need to know how he did it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. I know I did. I had a great time making this. It was a lot of fun. Subscribe to Nick AR if you haven't. He's one of the big-time trophy hunting content creators here on the platform. So definitely check him out. He tackles hard games as well, much like I do, and he's pretty dope. But that's gonna do it for this video, and if you guys enjoyed it, then check out some of the really difficult games I've covered here on my channel.